Good morning, students. Hope you are fine and safe. And let us continue our biozoology class. Fine. So, in the previous session, we started to discuss regarding this 4 phylums which belongs to the kingdom Animalia. Right. So, the phylums are phylum Cnidaria, phylum Ctenophora, phylum Annelida, as well as phylum Arthropoda. So, these 4 phylums we have discussed in the previous session, right? And let us go on today's class. So, before we discuss about this today's session, so this is regarding this kingdom Animalia classification, right? So, unless you know about this classification, you do not understand this further classes, right? So, let us go on this phylums which belongs to this kingdom Animalia, right? So, kingdom Animalia consists of actually 12 phylums. So, this is the current classification and recent classification, right? So, kingdom Animalia consists of 12 phylums actually, right? So, the phylums are phylum Protozoa, phylum Porifera, phylum Cnidaria, phylum Coelenterata. Phylum Cnidaria is otherwise known as phylum Coelenterata. Next one is phylum Ctenophora, phylum Platyhelminthes, phylum Aschelminthes, phylum Annelida, phylum Arthropoda, phylum Mollusca, phylum Echinodermata, phylum Hemicardata, and phylum Chordata, right? So, this is the 12 phylums of kingdom Animalia, right? Among this, the first phylum Protozoa is unicellular organism, which includes this unicellular organisms. So, rest everything is multicellular organisms, right? Okay. And then from phylum Porifera to phylum Hemicardata, this is known as non-chordates. Non-chordates means there is no notochord or vertebral column or backbone is present for these animals. Hence, it is known as non-chordates. Understand? There is no notochord, or we can say there is no backbone, or there is no skeletal system, right? So, this is known as non-chordates, right? And the 12th phylum is phylum Chordata. So, of course, we can understand this phylum consists of this notochord. The notochord will be converted as a backbone, right? Or the skeletal system is we can say as chordates, right? So, this phylum Chordata again it has 3 subphylums. Phylum Chordata again consists of 3 subphylums. The subphylums are Urochordata, Cephalochordata, as well as Vertebrata, right? Okay. Now, let us go regarding this the classes which is belonging to this last subphylum Vertebrata. Fine? Okay. So, the subphylum Vertebrata consists of actually 7 classes. 7 classes. The classes are Cyclostomata, Chondrichthyes, Osteichthyes, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, as well as mammals or Mammalia, right? So, this is the 7 classes belongs to the subphylum Vertebrata, right? So, among this, the first class Cyclostomata is coming below this one of this division that is known as an Agnatha, right? So, Agnatha in the sense jawless aquatic vertebrates. Jawless aquatic vertebrates means this is aquatic organism. Vertebrates means it consists of this vertebral column. Jawless means there is no jaw. The mouth there is no jaw, upper jaw or lower jaw is present for these animals. So that type is known as Agnatha. So the class Cyclostomata belongs to the division Agnatha, right? And the next 6 classes belongs to the division Gnathostomata. Gnathostomata, right? Okay. Here jaw will be there. This also aquatic vertebrates only, and it consists of this jaw. Not all these classes are aquatic. The first 2 classes like chondrichthyes as well as osteichthyes are jawed fishes. Actually it is a fishes, right? So it is aquatic organism, as usual fishes we can say. So or we can say this class together we can say as a class pisces. Class pisces, these are all jawed fishes. Okay, and the rest 4 classes like amphibia, reptilia, aves and this mammalia are known as tetrapoda. So why it is known as tetrapoda? Because tetra in the sense 4. So it has 4 limbs. From amphibia to mammalia, 4 limbs are there. Hence it is known as tetrapoda. Okay. So you may have the doubt regarding the class Aves, whether it has these 4 limbs. Of course it has 4 limbs, and the 4 limb is converted as wings, and the hind limb is used for locomotion or walking. Understand? So this is this classification of subphylum Vertebrata. Understand? So among this, today we are supposed to discuss, or our syllabus we have only 3 classes in detail. The classes are Cyclostomata, chondrichthyes as well as osteichthyes. So we are going to discuss in detail, right? Okay, so this outlook explains regarding all this classification of this kingdom Animalia. So whatever we discuss now, it is explained as one flow chart here. So when we go through this one, you can capture this point, right? So listen, the first is kingdom Animalia, right? So kingdom Animalia consists of 12 phylums we said. Among these, the 4th phylum is Chordata, right? So phylum Chordata. So phylum Chordata consists of subphylums. What are the subphylums we said? Urochordata, Cephalochordata as well as Vertebrata, right? Okay. Then this Vertebrata consists of 2 divisions. What are the divisions? Agnatha as well as Gnathostomata, right? Okay. Then what do you mean Agnatha? It's a jawless vertebrates, and non-paired appendages are there. Okay, then notochord is present till this adult stage. Actually, notochord is a substance. In the previous class, I have displayed about the notochord, which is formed during this embryonic stage as a rod-like structure. This notochord only will be modified as a backbone for higher chordates, right? For some chordates, it will not develop as a backbone. It will persist. It remain as a notochord throughout the body. Understand? So that type is, you can say as this, notochord is present for adult also, right? So Agnatha is in that type. Clear? So Agnatha consists of this class Cyclostomata. Okay. Then the next one is Gnathostomata. Gnathostomata, opposite points we can write. Jawed vertebrate, this is. Paired appendages will be there. Then notochord is converted as a vertebral column for this kind of these organisms, right? Okay. Then this Gnathostomata consists of 2 divisions again, that is pisces as well as tetrapoda. Okay. So pisces, what are these classes are there? Chondrichthyes as well as osteichthyes. So chondrichthyes in the sense, here the bone is made up of cartilaginous tissue. It do not convert as a hard bone, still it is as a tissue form. The name of this tissue is known as cartilage tissue. But in case of this osteitis, this tissue is converted as an organ like bone, right? So previous classes we discussed, and in a level of organization we said the group of cellular level of organization. So the group of cells will form as a tissue. So tissue level of organization. Then group of tissue form as an organ. So that is known as organ level of organization. Then group of organs which perform similar function we can say as organ system level of organization. Right. The same here. So chondritis means it is a tissue. But osteitis we can say the tissue is converted as an organ, as a bone. Right. Okay. Then, so what are the classes belongs to the tetrapoda? Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves as well as Mammalia belongs to tetrapoda. Okay. So whatever I have explained previously is displayed as one flow chart here. Understand? So now let us go on this further details regarding this three classes: cyclostomata, chondritis as well as osteitis. Fine. So today's topic we are supposed to discuss now: class cyclostomata, class chondritis as well as class osteitis. So the first one is class cyclostomata. Okay. So the meaning for cyclos means circle, stomata mouth. So here already we said it is a jawless vertebrate, right? So there is no jaw is there. So when we look at the figure we can understand the mouth is in a circle shape, right? That's why it is known as cyclostomata. Okay. And habitat, it is aquatic vertebrate. Of course it is aquatic organism we said, and it is one of the vertebrate. Okay. Then poikilothermic, or it is known as cold-blooded animals. So poikilothermic or cold-blooded animals in the sense this body can adjust this body temperature as per the environmental temperature. When the temperature changes in the environment, the body also will adapt its temperature as per the environmental temperature. It will change its body temperature, right? So that type of these organisms are known as cold-blooded animals. Okay. Then it is a jawless vertebrate. There is no jaw or upper jaw or lower jaw for these animals, right? Then, and this gills, 15 gill slits for respiration is there. So gill slits is marked in this figure. Around 15 gill slits are present, right? Okay. Then it is a suctorial animal. So sucking, you can understand the word suck, right? So this this feeding type is this. It is a suctorial animal. It used to suck this, food, right? Then heart. Heart is two-chambered heart, auricle as well as ventricle. One auricle as well as one ventricle. The heart is two-chambered heart. Okay. Then there is no paired appendages are there. The body, there is no paired appendages. Pair of appendages is not there for these animals, right? Then vertebral column is made up of cartilaginous tissue, that already we said. Vertebral column we said is a cartilaginous tissue. It is a tissue form, not as a bone form. There is no bone here. It will be as a tissue. The name of the tissue is cartilaginous tissue, right? An example for the cyclostomata is hagfish as well as lamprey, right? The first figure is hagfish and the second figure is lamprey, right? Okay. And the mode of life is ectoparasite. It is one of the parasite, and ectoparasite means it used to attach outside the body, right? Okay. Can you watch this there? So the lamprey on lake trout. So this lamprey is one of this cyclostomata. It attached on the trout fish, right? Then it has one of the character like anadromous migration or for spawning purpose. Means anadromous migration means the fishes used to migrate from one water to the next water, either from this fresh water to the marine water or marine water to the fresh water. But here, this type of this organisms, they said it leading this anadromous migration. So anadromous migration means from marine water to the fresh water, it used to move for breeding purpose to lay the eggs. That is known as spawning. So after laying the eggs, these fishes used to die, they said, right? Then this egg used to grow in this fresh water. Again, it will move towards this marine water. Understand? So this kind of this movement is known as anadromous migration. Clear? Then this larva which is formed by this egg is known as ammosid larva. Ammosid larva. Fine. The figure which is displayed is this ammosid larva. Then the next class is like chondrites. Chondrites in the sense chondrous. The meaning chondrous is cartilage. Ichthys means fish. So these are all actually exact fishes, but the bone is in the form of this cartilage tissue, right? Then it's a marine animal. It used to live in this marine water. Then endoskeleton means the bone which is present is endoskeleton. It is in the form of cartilaginous tissue. So cartilaginous endoskeleton is present. Okay. Then notochord is there throughout the lives. So as I said, for some chordates, the notochord only will be there throughout the life. You do not convert as a backbone. But for higher chordates, this notochord will be converted as a backbone. But this kind of this organism, the notochord is there throughout the life. Right? Okay. Then it is one of the predaceous animal. What do you mean predaceous animal? It used to attack these other animals to kill and eat it. Right? Okay. Then excretion is with the help of this kidney, and the kidney is mesonephric kidney. So it is this, a moderate type, we can say. Otherwise, we can say it is not well developed kidney. That way, the type of kidney is known as mesonephric kidney. Okay. Then heart. So fishes, everything almost two-chambered heart. Okay. Then excretion is in the form of urea. The excretory product is in the form of urea. That's kind of these organisms are known as ureotelic animals. The excretory waste is eliminated in the form of urea, right? Then its nature is poikilothermic. Already we have said poikilothermic in the sense the body's temperature will be changed as per this environmental temperature. Okay. Then it's a viviparous one. So what is the difference between oviparous and viviparous? Oviparous in the sense these animals will lay the egg, but viviparous means the animals give birth as a young one. Right? It will give birth as a young one. Okay. Then, and the next one is dioecious. Of course, we know male and the female is separate organisms. That is dioecious type. Okay. The best example is shark. Clear? So this is regarding the skin of these fishes, and the skin consists of the scale, and the scales are placoid scales. So dermal in the sense skin, and the skin consists of the scale, and the scale is known as placoid scale, right? And the figure is displayed there, the shape of this placoid scales, right? Then respiration. Respiration is with the help of these gills, since it's aquatic organisms, and this gills, especially the gill name is here as lamelliform gills. Okay, the gill is marked there. This is lamelliform gills. Then reproduction is actually sexual reproduction. Here the male organism consists of this clasper. The organ name is known as clasper. This is one of the copulatory organ for the male. So that's why the fertilization is going on, internal fertilization. So with the help of this copulatory organ, the sperm cells will be injected or ejaculated to this female. That's why the internal fertilization takes place. So this is clasper is a copulatory organ. Understand? examples for this chondrites is the trigon. Its common name is stingray, the first figure. The second one is pristris. Its common name is sawfish, is the second figure, right? And the third class is osteichthyes. It is normal fishes, we can say, as a bony fishes. Okay, so let us see the meaning of this one. Osteon means bone. Ichthyes means, as we said already, it's a fish. Okay, so it's a bony fishes, we can say. And habitat, it used to survive in the marine water as well as in the fresh water. Okay, then bony endoskeleton. So what is mean endoskeleton? So outer scale is exoskeleton, inner bone is a endoskeleton. So inside bone is there, so they said it's a bony endoskeleton. The body shape is spindle shape. Okay, and this also consists of this few type of varieties of the scales. So the name of the scales are ganoid scales, cycloid scales, ctenoid scales. Okay, so this is a few varieties of the scales which is found in this osteichthyes. Okay, then excretion is mesonephric kidney. It's a primitive type of this kidney, we can say, right? And heart is two-chamber heart. Okay, then ammonotelic animals means this excretory waste will be in the form of ammonia. Those organisms are known as ammonotelic animals. Okay, then next character is oviparous, means it used to lay the eggs. Then dioecious means male and female organisms are separate. Then fertilization is external. This fertilization is not takes place inside the body, it will takes place outside the body in the water. That's why it is external fertilization. Respiration is by gills. That is, the gills here it is covered with the operculum. But chondrites, already we said lamelliform gills are there, but it is without operculum. That is not covered with operculum, the covering. But here the gills are covered with the operculum. Can you watch this operculum in the figure? Inside gill is there, outer one covering is there. It is closed with this one outer covering, that is known as operculum. Then air bladder is there. That is one of the specific character of these fishes. Air bladder is there. This air bladder is used to exchange these gases for respiration. There is a one purpose, and another purpose is buoyancy. So since this air is present inside this air bladder, this fishes could float on the water. That is known as buoyancy. So that is this, help of this air bladder. Then can you look at this fish here? It consists of this, line is there, one lateral line is there on the body, right? The darker line is a lateral line on this striped boss. So this animal consists of the lateral lines. This is the sense organ for fishes. So there is lateral line, sense organ, right? This is sense organ. And examples, of course, we can say a lot of examples for osteichthyes, bony fishes, trout, carp, goldfishes, etc. Fine. Yeah, hope we can complete this session here, and let us go on few assignments regarding today's portion, right? So the first question, give the divisions of vertebrata. So what are the divisions are there? Agnatha as well as Gnathostomata, right? What is anadromous migration? So the species used to migrate from marine water to fresh water for spawning purpose. What do you mean spawning? For laying eggs is known as anadromous migration. Okay, then name these scales of this chondrites. That is placoid scale. So name the scales of this osteichthyes. That is ganoid, cycloid or ctenoid scales, right? Okay, and then differentiate chondrites and osteichthyes. What is the major difference between these two? And chondrites is this bone is made up of actually cartilaginous tissue. It's not a bone. The skeleton is made up of this cartilaginous tissue. But osteocytes, this cartilaginous tissue will be converted as a bone. Right? Okay. Then the last one is name the larva of cyclostomata. The larva name is ammosid larva. Right? So please go through these portions for periodically, and this next class we can meet with this next chapter. Until that, please go through these chapters and learn something. Right? So please be safe at home and pray well. Right? Thank you.